Welcome to Granny Shift, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
Sorry, I just had like a weird thought that like one time, one of the other episodes we recorded,
My audio wasn't on?
no, we like messed up.
Hmm?
I messed up and I paused the recording,
Okay.
and I was like, wait, did I ever correct that before I published that episode? And I realized that's this coming Monday's episode, or Tuesday's episode, so I didn't even edit it yet, so.
So you're like, all this was rushing through your brain right as we're starting the podcast.
For some reason, it was important to think of that.
All right.
So we get a slower minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd
talking
say.
and
It's just
reflecting.
Han and Dom talking for a little,
Mm-hmm.
and basically he's breaking up with them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, this makes sense. They threw this in to give context to Tokyo Drift because he says, we've had a good run, and then Han's like, oh, man, what am I going to do? And then he said, heard they're doing some crazy poop in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So now you're like, oh, that's why he goes to Tokyo.
And not only that, but they throw in a little, like, him throwing an unmarked snack into his mouth.
Right, his classic Tokyo Drift thing. So this is a good way for them to, like, they probably got so many complaints about, like, Tokyo Drift. Like, we liked it, but it didn't connect.
Right.
So now they're like, see, we made it connect.
They're trying so hard to make it connect.
I wonder if, I mean, they could have literally added Han into this movie. Well, they would have had to refilm that first scene there, but...
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm saying, like, Han doesn't actually play a role in this movie now. He has nothing to do with the
plot. Is it done? Is he actually gone the rest of the movie?
Maybe he's not.
I can't
it seems like
remember.
This is it.
I don't remember if he's in the rest of the movie, but maybe he's not.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. But now Letty's, like, sitting by the ocean in the dark. Dom goes over and sits by her.
Yeah, she's looking very pensive. Is that what it is? When you're like, what's that? You know, you're just like thinking, looking into the ocean,
pondering.
Yeah,
all these things in her heart. So, see, here's what's weird.
They're about to pose for like a beach photo right now with their matching tops,
or like some like new pharmaceutical drug commercial or something.
Right.
Yeah. As they list off all the the side
effects.
That's what it looks like here by the beach. But so Letty's like, I hear Rio's nice, which would be Brazil.
Yeah.
So like she's talking about going somewhere else, but then Dom's like, we need to go somewhere else because the cops are getting hungrier. He says.
Right. I think she's saying this because she already knows what he's going to talk to her about.
Okay.
She's like already aware of like, okay, we're going to have to, he's looking at me that way. He's walking over here because we have to do something that I don't want to do.
But here's what I don't understand though. Is like Han just told Dom that his shop got raided because they're looking for him, right?
Right.
And Dom's like, okay. And then walks off. Like, you don't think you're running an operation with a lot of illegal stuff going on. You don't think you'd be like, all right, when did this happen?
Right.
How more? Like, did they find anything? What were they looking for? What other information do you have?
Right.
Is there any, you know what I mean? I feel like even, and now he's just like, oh, the cops raided Han's garage. They must be getting hungrier. And I'll go tell Letty that they're hungrier.
Right.
And now they're like, okay.
It's one of those things. There's like a word, there's like a term for it, I think, where it's dialogue that's strictly for the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
That like somebody just says basically to just like tell the viewer what's happening. It has nothing to do with the interaction between the characters. Like it's just so we know.
They're trying to inform us,
like stuff,
context.
Like he's
clues.
still being looked for, basically, and they're going and they're raiding people's garages to do it.
Right. It's like when you have a new character and they need to introduce you to who they are, so they have somebody in the movie ask them who they are, so that they have to say it, and then you know what I mean? They put that stuff in so you can learn what's going on.
Yeah, strictly for the viewer. I forget what that was. A squeaky chair.
Yeah, there's a frog back there.
All right, so there's something on the ocean they're both looking at.
Okay.
The waves.
The moon, I think.
The waves are like a fire. You can just look at it and just not talk. It's just like, you know, like people around a campfire and everyone's just like staring at the fire.
Right, because they're
if it was something different,
tired.
It'd be weird, right?
Yeah, like a small child.
Well, that wouldn't be as weird.
Yeah.
People do that. Like, here's my baby. And they put him in the middle of the floor and everyone's just like, oh, look at how
sits around him. No, but you're talking. If nobody talked and just stared.
Yeah, I guess that would be a little strange. Laugh. You have to laugh every once in a while. Oh, okay.
Or a statue. If you put a statue, and then you
yeah.
like, oh,
Or like
a flag,
an animal organ.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Or a candle.
What would be the?
Well, that's fire. That's okay then.
Oh right, you can look at the candle.
About
its magical
an
properties.
animal organ with fire,
with a
like
fire.
a candle. Now it's weird again.
That's a barbecue.
Oh, depends which order you have it though. If the candle's on top, now it's weird.
That's weird. Yeah, if you're using the fire to cook the organ, but if they're adjacent, that's adjacent, not adjacent.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And there's a fire behind them. They're not staring at.
Yeah, I'm sure other people are.
But I didn't get this too because he says the cops are getting hungrier, and Letty's like, I guess we're doing our job. And I'm like, what? Your job is to like have the cops chase you?
I'm convinced through this series, up the whole way to the 9th movie, that she just likes doing illegal stuff.
Oh.
Dom is like, he's about family, and he just I feel like at this point he just wants to like, we were doing this for money to begin with, to pay for our race cars. I don't even care about that. I just want to be like done, and
he just wanted to do race cars,
right?
Is she the one that always drags him back into it?
But she just likes doing illegal stuff, and there's stuff later on in the series that clearly expresses that. Yeah. Same thing with Brian. He seeks violence more than anything.
Brian O'Connor.
Yeah.
He hasn't made an appearance yet in this movie.
Right. He hasn't.
Do you remember how he showed up?
In a later movie, when Mia says something about like, Brian says he doesn't miss the cars or the women. He misses the bullets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
So it's like they have their like thing like Dom is doing illegal stuff now because he did illegal stuff when he was younger. But Letty, I think, just wants to do illegal stuff. She's like, good, they're after us. We're doing more illegal stuff.
We're doing our job.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why do you...
Well, for every FBI agent or police officer they distract by their illegal actions, it means other people can do illegal actions too. So
it's like a team effort.
Right.
I mean, technically, they could be hired by somebody to just be a distraction. So then, like if she said, then we're doing our job, like that would make sense.
Maybe.
But like if you're trying to do illegal things, I feel like you shouldn't really want to almost be getting caught.
Right.
Like we need to leave. This whole scene is strange. It's like you're like, we should probably leave in the morning. Like, all right, and you're just having a party out in the middle of the woods with these tankers. If you're that close to getting busted, I feel like you should be like, well,
they're still in Cuba. I mean, that's not that close, right?
Then why did they have to leave in the morning?
Someone from Cuba would have to call someone in DR and be like, hey, is there a big beach party?
Well, you think it's the same group of police traveling around?
No, I think they could just call and be like,
isn't
that what...
There's call the cops over there and be like, oh, go check out this party.
Right.
I heard you guys are missing some tanker trucks.
Right.
We
check
heard
out this party.
Yeah, check out
just
this
drive
party.
around looking for loud music and gringos in white shirts. Yeah.
Dom just knows how to evade police, you know?
Yeah, he's good at that. But that's the end of minute 10. Again, nothing really happens, just some dialogue and thinking about what's going to happen the next day.
Yeah.
Man. It's like the night vacation ends.
Ugh.
Tomorrow we're going to have to go home.
Oh, my word.
Except they're running from the law.
Yeah, and you're like, you can't really do anything that night.
Yeah.
Because you're like...
Can't stay up late because your flight's at 6.
I don't want to be tired. I don't want to be hungover.
Right.
There's stuff going on, but then you're kind of depressed because you're leaving.
Yeah, when we came back from Cancun with you guys, that morning of our flight out, like our flight back.
Half of us were sick, weren't we?
Oh, man, I was horrible. I must have ate like 8 Pepto-Bismols before 7 o'clock that day.
Oh.
And like I was like, I do not want to deal with like diarrhea or vomiting in a plane. That would just be the worst.
A couple other people threw up that morning.
Yeah, I think some people did.
I think I was one of the only people that didn't throw up on that trip.
Yeah, I was like ready for it. Like if it would have happened earlier in the week, it would have been like annoying, but not as big of a deal as like that would be the traveling is just not when you want that to happen.
Oh, no.
So I think, yeah, I mean maybe it's only me, but like I definitely have like fear of getting sick on a plane makes me feel sick. But I think some
Isn't
people
that crazy though. It's like just be like, don't like tell your body like don't think about that because it's gonna make you do that and then it's gonna cause that.
Right.
And that idea is making me sick.
It's like and like I try to like overcome it and I'm like this isn't like I'm not sick. Like I'm like I feel like I have to go to the bathroom again and I go to the bathroom and like nothing happens and I'm like okay obviously this isn't a real thing. It's just in my head that I'm getting sick. So
well, yeah, even vomiting in general is your body. Your body is like, I think we need to throw this up.
yeah, get this out of our system.
Right. And so you could, if you could have that much control over your body, just be like, no, don't make me feel nauseous.
Right.
Because your body's making you feel nauseous. It's not like whatever's in your stomach's making you nauseous.
Right.
But your body's like, there's something in here it's not supposed to, so I'm going to make you feel nauseous so you can throw up.
I think people could put like chalky pink medicine in my hands and tell me it's Pepto-Bismol and I take it. I'm like, oh man, I feel better. And it'd be nothing.
Oh, yeah,
you know, it could be like actual chalk. And I'd be like, oh wow, I'm not going to vomit now.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Placebo, man.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah. But that's the end of minute 10. So stay tuned next time to see if I vomit or diarrhea.
Yeah.
At all. I'll keep you guys informed. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say to that, Ryan.
That's fine.
Winning's winning.